Welcome to our kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Marco. This is the Galbani Cooking Series. Today, we're bringing the family around the table, back into the dining room, and we're gonna make a family meal of gnocchi made with ricotta cheese, and we're gonna make meatballs stuffed with ricotta cheese and mozzarella. This is gonna be so nice. Let's get our meatballs started. While those are baking in the oven, I'll show you how to make the gnocchi dough. So our ground beef is an 80-20. You want a little bit of that fat in there, just to give it some moisture. I'm adding some seasoned breadcrumbs, garlic powder, a little crushed red pepper, some Parmesan cheese. The best part of this, the fresh herbs, just bring the meatballs to another dimension. So I'm using mint, parsley, and basil. And you want to rough chop it. You don't want little pieces, and let that spice show through. I use 1 egg per pound. We're going to put a nice scoop of ricotta cheese in there. And this is going to add some nice creaminess and nice fluffiness to our meatballs. We're going to grate in some of our mozzarella. And then we're gonna mix. Now, if it seems a little bit on the moist side, add a little more breadcrumb to it, but you don't wanna overwork this. You can see how I'm just tossing it back and forth into the bowl. Because once you start squeezing into the meat and really working it, it's gonna get tough. So once this is all mixed together, I like a little more breadcrumb. This is gonna be the binder. This is perfect. So we're gonna take about a 2 ounce. And you can see how I rolled it. I didn't get in there like a snowball. You just kind of want to toss it in between your hands, give it a little press so that it forms. And there we have it. Add it to our pan. Now the fat inside the meatballs, gonna keep it from sticking, plus the non-stick pan will help it crust up. If you want to use a nice cast iron pan, it's a great idea. That works as well too. So we're going to brown these off and continue making them. Put them in our oven for about 15-20 minutes, about 350 degrees. So you see how it's forming a crust on the meatballs. We're going to transfer it to a baking sheet lined with foil. That makes your cleanup a lot easier. There we have it. Right into the oven we go. So now this is a huge fan favorite, and I'm going to show you how to make it. It's going to be super simple, that I want you to learn and try it yourself at home, because this is really fun to do, especially with the kids. And if we're going to bring the family around the table, let's bring them around the table and really appreciate what we put into this work. So to make the gnocchi, traditionally it's potato. I love the ricotta gnocchi so much better. It's like little pillows of love. It's amazing. So we're going to put in the ricotta cheese into our bowl. About 1.5 cups, 2 cups of flour, and follow our recipe online. That way it's a little more accurate than the way I do things. I eyeball it. We're going to do a little salt, some olive oil, and 1 egg per pound. So I got about 1.5 pounds in there actually. So we're going to use 1 egg per pound. And then we're going to mix into it. And it's going to come out into a dough. So you continue to knead it until it's nice and smooth. Once it's smooth, you cut it into strips. Set those off to the side. You just roll it just lightly. Make it even, make it square. Tap the end, and you're going to cut it into 1-inch size pieces. If you have a little extra piece like that, throw it in the bowl. So I'm using a gnocchi board. You could buy these online, just Google search gnocchi board. You're gonna take these gnocchi and you're gonna pinch them and roll them off just like that. Just like that. And these little flavor saver lines is what's gonna hold the sauce that you put it into. Now the nice thing about these is you can make a whole tray of these, put them in the freezer, break them up put them in serving bags, and you can just pull them out when you need them. A pound of gnocchi will feed a family of 4, no problem. So I got these already rolled out over here. I got my water rapidly boiling. I'm going to drop these into our boiling water. These literally take a minute and a half at the most. The easiest way to tell if they're cooked is they're going to float to the top. So while those are cooking really quick, I put some whole butter into this pan. Now, I love this sauce, so I use it using my tomato sauce. I take a scoop out, I add it to the butter, and this is what I'm going to put the gnocchi into. And I'm going to finish it with some Galbani Parmigiana cheese. So we have 1 minute, so while those are boiling, I'm going to pull the meatballs out and let's get those on the plate. So our gnocchi are starting to float. You can just get a quick look at that. We're going to turn off our heat. See how they came right to the top? Those are done. So we're actually going to pull these out. I have my sauce and my butter right here. Now, one thing you do want to remember is to make them consistent. Make them the same size so they cook at the same time. If you got a big one, it might be a little doughy or chewy. You got a smaller one, it might be a little overcooked. So you want to be all the same size. So we got it into our sauce and our butter. We're going to add a little Parmesan cheese. I'm going to toss it around. Coat it. The butter just makes a nice velvety finish to this. Right to our plate. So if you want something easy, something fresh, something authentic, Galbani Ricotta cheese gnocchi, it doesn't get any better than this. Enjoy. What better way to finish off a family meal is with something sweet? I got a chocolate hazelnut mousse that is so simple you're going to want to make it tonight. First, we start out with some powdered sugar and some heavy cream. I'm going to use a whisk, but you might want to use the hand mixer for this. Just make your life a lot easier. So we're going to mix our heavy cream and our sugar until it thickens. A little tip is if you have a chilled bowl, it works so much nicer. It goes a lot quicker and it'll stiffen up really quick. So once this is mixed, we're going to flavor it with a little vanilla. And then we're going to add our ricotta cheese. And our chocolate hazelnut. Once it's all blended, it's done. It's ready to be put into our bowl or our dish. Make this in advance. Put it in the refrigerator so when your guests do come over, it's nice and chilled. Finish it off with some fresh raspberries, some beautiful mint from the garden. So I love to shave a little dark chocolate right over the top. But you know something? Sometimes you can't wait for dinner to end. You gotta jump into the dessert first. I'm living La Dolce Vita with Galbani, the authentic Italian way. Chocolate hazelnut mousse, try it tonight. Oh my God, it's amazing.